Amber, are you recording from your phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am recording it from my phone, so I will post that later. So you need 2 teaspoons of oil for this, and then if you wanted to go more Italian, you can use olive oil instead of the canola oil. 6 tablespoons of water, and we're just going to throw that all into our chicken patty mix. And using our fun little spatulas, we're just going to mix those so it becomes absorbed and combined. And it'll thicken up nicely, and then you'll see you'll be able to mold it and make a patty with it, or as we're going to use our little rolling pins, and we're going to cut them out with our cookie cutters. See how it's already starting to thicken up a little bit?
Have you ever added more liquid to that, Amber?
Occasionally I do add more liquid if I need it. Right now this one seems good.
Sometimes I do too. It all depends. Sometimes if you add a little bit more liquid, it makes it a little bit more tender of a result. You can't mess it up, honestly.
No, you really can't. It really just depends on how long I let it sit. Like if I make it and then I go do something, it usually will thicken up a lot, and then I'll have to add more liquid just to kind of tone it down a little bit. But this is good. This is nice and moist. This works well for me. I'm just going to lightly dust my counter, just a little bit to make sure it doesn't stick. So when I roll it out, I don't have to like scrape it off the counter. But we're going to just go ahead and put that on here. My daughter's not here right now, but I know she loves to play with this.
Like Play-Doh, right?
Exactly. That's how she looks at it.
Can your phone flip down just a little bit more so people can see? I don't think they can see what you're...
Well, my tablet can't do it too much.
I see. Okay,
you
got
see
it.
here?
That's better though.
So I can do it like that way. I used wheat starch. You could probably use a little bit of the extra patty mix if you have that, but I just have wheat starch, so I just dusted it with the wheat starch. So I know it's not going to add anything. So
wheat starch, cornstarch, more of the mix.
Yep. So you want it to be about a 1/2 inch thickness, which is from the tip of your finger to your first knuckle is usually about 1 inch, so about halfway up your finger, or close to the bottom of your fingernail. That would give you an idea of how thick that'll be.
I like that tip because I keep a ruler in my utensil drawer.
Mm-hmm.
But then it gets so crusty as I'm cooking that
Oh yeah.
the lugger can actually read the measurements on it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's how I usually measure things that way. I'm like, oh, okay, that's close. Okay, so yeah, that's about good. So we can use our little cookie cutters. You can dust those in the wheat starch also to keep it from sticking to the cookie cutter. And these make fun little chicken nugget shapes almost. Okay. And if you want to make it like a patty, I got a nice big one here, so I'm going to use that one also. Let's see. There we go. And then you can always reform the extra edges, extra sides, and use it again. So at least I got a couple here. Okay, I'm going to tilt that back up for a minute. Okay, it's a little bit loud. I'm just turning on my skillet. Let that warm up. The oil, I got just canola oil in there. If you have olive oil, that works fine too. See, there's kind of heart-shaped patty there. I'm going to put it in the skillet to brown, and I'll tilt the camera so we can see that. But there's so many things you can do with this. I took out one of my Cambrooke buns, so I'm going to actually toast this up a little bit while I cook the nuggets and show you how well that the patties can fit on there, make a nice sandwich. And I'm sure a lot of us are big fans of Chick-fil-A, right? There's your versions. You know, you got the sauces, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're starting.
I just saw those this morning at Walmart.
Yes, Walmart selling them.
Ketchup, mustard.
Yep. Walmart's selling them. And actually, if you go to the restaurant and you ask them for the bottle, they will sell it to you.
That's awesome.
So if you go through the drive-thru and say, hey, can I get the bottle of Polynesian? They should sell it to you. That's where mine came from.
That's awesome.
So just a hint. So for those who really like, Chick-fil-A, make some of these, take them with you, get the waffle fries, and then they can feel like that they're eating Chick-fil-A.
Wait, what's the waffle fries?
At Chick-fil-A, they have waffle fries at Chick-fil-A.
So you know what? This is what you and I are gonna do, Amber.
Okay.
Because I've not done this, but I intuitively know that it's gonna work. You can make the same mix like you just did and put it in a waffle maker.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. That's good, yeah. We will definitely play with that and make sure that'll be a fun picture. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Little it's in absolutely what we're going to do.
Okay, now, as this cooks, try not to mess with it too much. Give it a chance to brown on the bottom before you flip it. Okay, because that way it won't mess it up and it'll be nice and firm on the bottom. So that might take a couple of minutes to get it nice and browned. I'm going to toast up a bun on here too. So,
see, and another thing I've done is I've punched out a bunch of, little shapes and fried them up the way you're doing now. You can serve them in a bun, as you're going to show. You can put them in a tortilla, in a hot dog roll,
yeah.
any kind of bread. But what Cameron and Brooke like to do is put it in a tortilla. And
Yep.
they'll put a bunch of the little fried shapes, and they'll put coleslaw in it, and their favorite, they like hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But, waffle.
I got my little stars in here too, so I'll have a few on the side. Yep, see, and now, if you can see that, it's starting to get a little bit dry because it's been sitting. So again, if it's like that, you can just add a little extra water to it and it'll come back together. But this one, I'm going to make like a sausage shape, just to kind of show you the different things to do with it.
As a tip, you can make these in advance. You can, there's lots of things you can do. You can make them in advance, and you can fry them, and any leftovers you can put in the freezer for a later heat and serve. Or you can make them with those shapes and not cook them, and freeze them uncooked for later thaw and cook.
A little sausage shape. You see, see the Cambrooke bones nice and toasted. Stuck a little, but that's alright. So, alright. Now we're going to flip that over.
And the video that Amber will have, so it'll be easier.
Yeah, I have a camera going from aerial view, so I'll post that on YouTube later.
We'll make sure that we send that out.
Yeah.
Amber, we're gonna get you a drone.
Got one little spot stuck here.
That should be fun. Oh, that's okay. We'll have Amber and I will have We'll get it all worked out. Just
For what? I'm sorry.
For any extra support for videotaping.
Oh, thank you. There we go. Okay, so there's our little nuggets, nice and fried.
That's great.
And again, you can serve those with the Chick-fil-A sauce, ketchup, whatever you like. And then with this one, you can put your cheese on it if you like. Okay, shut that off now so we can turn that down.
Oh, that's great.
Yep, you could add a little bit of pizza sauce and some cheese on there and make it like a chicken parmesan sandwich. Maybe a little bit of pesto, mozzarella, kind of like a caprese.
Nice.
And see, look, it's nice and full sandwich.
That's great.
See? And it
So
fits
if I could
perfectly
say
on the
something,
Cambrooke
one of
bunch.
the main ingredients in the chicken patty mix and in all the patty mix, all of our patty mixes is cassava flour. And what I want everybody to know, especially those moms out there, cassava flour is rich in nutrients, including dietary fiber, which supports digestive health. It's a good source of vitamin C, thiamine, vitamins B2 and B6. It's got some really, it also, the blends, the patty mixes, contain a vegetable blend with carrots, onions, tomatoes, spinach, celery, bell pepper. It's got turmeric, it's got paprika, it's got natural flavor. There's some really good ingredients that are built into the product. So it's not just low protein. It is low protein, but it's also, we try to pack it with nutrition.
Okay. So does anybody else have any questions about the patty mixes or preparation or anything before I move on to the brownies?
And like Amber said earlier too, is that they can be used in other ways too. She mentioned some of those other recipes. So.
Oh yes, I got lots of recipes using them. I love these mixes. And
in the follow-up email, I'll make sure to also link those recipes because I think they're on the Cambrooke website or Cookville. Between the two, there's someone.
Yeah, I definitely have several on the Cambrooke site too. So.
Yeah.
To Susan, who just posted a question, does it have C? Yes, it's a good source of vitamin C. That is the cassava that we use in the product. As a raw ingredient, cassava flour contains vitamin C.
Okay. We're ready to move on to the brownies?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I saw a question pop up, so I wanted to make sure. The question was, what's in the Cambrooke mixes? Was a question.
It's the cassava flour in all the Cambrooke mixes.
Yes. It's got the cassava flour, the vegetable blend with the carrots, onion, tomato, spinach, celery, bell pepper. It's got turmeric, paprika, natural flavor, not artificial, psyllium fiber, dextrose, which is a prebiotic. There's a lot of good nutrition in the product, and it is available on the panel, on the nutrition panel on the product.
And then here's some more.
Yes.
The seafood mix, I use that to make my jackfruit cakes. The patty mix, I've used it for my burgers, my meatballs, taco meat, anything you really want. So these are
love
great.
your crumble, your meat crumble that you make.
Thank you. It has been such a lifesaver here. So I know that's one definite thing my daughter will eat. So
Absolutely.
Okay, so for the brownie mix, we're going to use half the mix, which to get it properly measured is 340 grams of the mix, which I already have here in my bowl. As I mix it, I'll turn the camera down. You're also going to need 6 tablespoons butter melted, and you're also going to need a 1/4 cup of non-dairy milk. Right there. So that's all you need for it to make it, and it's so easy and so good that this really should be as stable as kept on hand. I've used it. I actually just came up with a brownie dip using this mix and Cambrooke's cream cheese to do it.
That recipe looked great.
Oh, it's good. My daughter loved it. She really did.
The one thing I have to say, as you're mixing that, and for anybody else that's mixing this at home or will do this at another time, sometimes you have some lumps in the mix, and I want to tell you what those lumps are. They are brown. It's brown sugar, and sometimes you just need to, like mash it out.
Yep.
Like to stick together, but
I did see a question. If you have coconut milk, that's fine. Coconut milk is a non-dairy milk, so that's a good replacement. I use rice milk. It's just what I keep on hand. If you have almond milk and the tolerance, almond milk's fine. Yep. Okay, so let's add our rice milk.
And for those people that have even a higher tolerance, I've had people make this. They'll add a little bit of, mainstream heavy cream. A couple of tablespoons. Just it's you really don't need it, but you can. They come out really good.
Yes, and I've made the mini cupcake cups often, and I just will make them, and I'll leave some out, and then I'll put them in the freezer. Some of them I've had filled with the cookie butter frosting, which I shared on the Facebook event page. And I'll put it in there, and then I'll just freeze it with the frosting already on it. And then this way, if Samantha ever wants a brownie, I'll just pull it out and let it sit out. They don't take too long to thaw it like this. But see, it should be just nice and blended. It's going to be thick, but that's fine. That just adds to the fudginess of it, so it's really, really simple to put together. Okay, and we're going to use mini muffin tin. Mine's about like that. I sprayed it to make sure it doesn't stick. And when we use that, we're using, where's my tablespoon? There. A tablespoon per cup. So that's what we're going to do to fill it in. You're baking these at 350 in the oven. I usually leave mine a little bit rounded, so I make sure my cups are filled. And we're going to just go ahead and fill those and bake those. I did bake some earlier, so while these are baking, I can show you the cups when they come out and what they look like, so we don't have to just sit here and wait on them. If you want to add a little bit of extra flavor to this, you could probably add about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Goes great with brownies and adds a little extra flavor. Especially come in a couple months when fall hits. It'll be a nice rustic flavor.
What that looks like when you're packing it, maybe onto
Yes.
the pan, just because
Yes,
one of the steps I was intimidated by, because I overthink everything. Okay.
Yep, see, there we go. And these aren't going to rise like a cupcake, so if they're filled up to the top, it really shouldn't be a problem. And, you can always, if you feel one's too full, you can always spread it out some more.
Well, Susan asked, what kind of muffins is that? Susan, this is just the brownie mix, and instead of making an 8x8, tray of brownies, Amber is putting the brownie mix into muffin tins, and she's going to be making brownie cups.
Yep, little mini brownie cups. Just kind of spread.
And that's
I love the accent.
And that's like a normal size muffin tin. That's not like the mini one, correct? That's like a full size.
This is a mini.
Okay.
These are mini.
Okay. It's hard to tell from the angle.
Yeah. See, they're little cups in here.
That makes sense why it's only a tablespoon.
Yeah. So.
And I'm going to tell you, just for the record, anybody that comes to my home, and we like to entertain a lot now. You know, Cameron and Brooke are older now. You know, Cameron just turned 29, Brooke is 24, but they still love these. You know, the brownies and a lot of our foods. But I gotta tell you, if I'm making a dessert for the whole family or for when we have company, everybody gets the same. I'm making brownie cups for everybody, and I'm filling it with whipped cream or whatever you want to fill it with. But we're all getting the same. I'm not gonna make his brownies and somebody else, mine and theirs. It doesn't work that way in my family. Look at that.
These are the ones I made earlier. Yeah, you gotta let them bake for about 14 minutes. I think mine only took 12. But you take them out, let them cool for a few minutes, and then I use the end of my spatula to make the well in the brownie. So when the brownies are still sitting in there, I just did that to make a well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy you a tart tamper, Amber.
Oh, thank you.
And you just press it right in, and it just makes it all come up the sides.
Yeah, there was a question there.
Oh, this is a good one for Lynn.
Yeah.
So it said the mix they got, it was in the heat for a few days, and I think every place is just in terrible heat right now. Could the mix spoil if it's exposed for too long?
I mean, I suppose it's possible, but for a few hours or overnight, I wouldn't think so. I think the one thing I would do is I would test it. If you open up the package and it smells rancid or it's not, it doesn't smell right, then I would say not. But I think it should be okay. Because it's in a foil package and it's not exposed to light.
See,
awesome.
I just filled that with Cambrooke's cream cheese and topped it with raspberry jam, so it'll be like a raspberry cheesecake brownie. I mean, super easy, right?
Yeah. Cambrooke had little samples of their brownie bite. They were like brownie bites essentially at our conference in 2019, and I don't think there was anything left because they were just so amazing. And I think I ended up with one extra one to take home, and it was an argument of who is going to get to eat it. It was definitely a treat the whole family will enjoy.
Absolutely, they taste just like a brownie. I mean, you really just would not think they were low protein brownies.
Yeah, no.
Could you hold that up one more time, Amber? I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to snap a picture of you. Yay! Oh, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That looks great. I'll send it to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
One request I have, so when you guys do use the baking stuff that Cambrooke sent, if you wouldn't mind taking pictures and sharing it on the HQ Network America page or
yes,
one of the
please.
Facebook group and tagging us, and so that way we can share these pictures with Lynn.
Oh, that's awesome. And feel free to share it to Cambrooke as well. But yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for that, Renee.
And then
for them providing it.
There's
that's your frosting that you made.
That's my brownie batter dip that I made. It was 4 ounces of cream cheese, think 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 2 to 4 tablespoons of the brownie mix, depending on how rich I wanted it, and also 1 teaspoon of espresso powder.
Wow, I love that.
Espresso powder really can bring out the flavor of chocolate. So I was trying to boost that flavor a little bit, but yeah, there, mixed it all together, and there you go.
I love it. I'm gonna make that.
Yeah, and then we've done the chocolate or cheesecake strawberries, and I even shared those with you, Lynn.
You did, and I have tried those. Those are great.
Stuff them with this. Stuff your strawberries with this. It'll be like a strawberry brownie.
It's amazing.
Sounds so good right now.
I know, it really does. But it's really good. It's very tasty. Samantha loved it, and she'll use it with her, the glutino pretzels or things like that. Occasionally a strawberry, but she's picky. So, but it's super, super easy to make, and I've had this out there before, but I'll put it out again to make sure that everybody can make this. It's a great one to send with your kids for school, or even after school snack. So they'll look like, I'd be jealous if I saw my friends with that.
And again, for me, everybody's going to get it. Look at that. It's crazy.
Lots of fun, though. Love doing it. I'm actually kind of excited. I want to try and do like a pumpkin brownie using this mix for the fall.
There's a lot of things you can do with the mix. So you obviously the brownies, you can make the brownie cups that you just made. They also freeze real well. I would make those brownie cups and put them in the freezer for later use. They look great. You can make brownie pops like on a popsicle stick.
Yeah, almost like a fudge pop even. Yeah. See?
Yeah. I would do a Google search on what you can make with brownie mix, and you're going to come up with 1,000 different ideas and just apply it to the low protein version.
Absolutely.
That's the one really nice thing is that because it's already a pre-made mix, it makes it really easy and versatile, like to sub for, a store-bought brownie mix. So it's easy to swap them out without having really to guess what's going to work and what's not.
You know what somebody's asked me in the past? Can we make your brownie mix or the cookie mix and just eat the dough? You can. There's no eggs in it. There's nothing in there that you can't eat that way if you like to eat dough.
Yeah. It should be harmless, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
All right, so Lynn, do you want to talk about the formula?
I'm going to let Margaret, are you on there? I'm going to let Margaret talk.
Okay, Margaret?
Yep. So Amber is showing it too. So this is our new revised version of Homactin. If you had our previous version, it was in the Tetra. It was a ready-to-drink version. It had 20 PE in it versus this is the 15. And frankly, we thought our older version, the flavor profile just wasn't what we wanted it to be. So we decided to kind of go back to the drawing board, and we decided to revamp this product. We took it back down to a powder, and then also it's a 15 PE versus 20, which we think can also be a little more versatile. The nice thing about this product, it has the new lemon lime flavor, which you'll be able to taste it. So, your opinion is what matters. But we think it has a nice, refreshing, lighter taste. And then also, you can be very versatile with the amount of liquid you add. You could add water to it, just 4 to 5 ounces if you want to have a real small serving size. If you want to make it larger and almost like a fruity water, you can do that. Or you can do what Amber's going to be doing is just kind of changing it up a little bit by adding a non-dairy milk to give it kind of a real smooth, nice feel on your palate. So I'm going to let Amber take it from here.
Okay, this one is a real simple recipe, and it's basically 4 ounces of a non-dairy milk of your choice. It can be coconut milk, rice milk, almond milk, whatever works for you is great. And we're just going to blend that in with this. And you can even use a little ice in this mixer. This mixer does not do too great with ice, so I'm just going to blend it as is with the packet and the milk, and then I can add my ice later. But you can smell that when you open the packet, you can immediately smell the lemon lime in it. So you definitely know that flavor profile is there. It's actually kind of a refreshing smell, considering others. So anyway, I'm just going to let it blend.
Oh, it's an electronic blender? Oh, look at that.
Can't even hear it.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet, but it's blending in there. You can.
Wait a minute, is that a Cambrooke?
That is the Cambrooke one.
Wow.
Yep.
Yep.
Margaret, I never saw those. I want one.
We have a few.
It's
so
very.
if you need some, let us know.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't put any ice in this because I knew it wasn't going to do it, but it does blend it
Yeah.
well. So, and then this cup's great because you can still drink it right out of here if you want. But for fun, I'm going to use my wine glass. But look, it's nice and smooth, well mixed, well blended.
Love it. And the
Oh, yeah.
creaminess of the non-dairy milk, it just changes out the flavor in a different way. And it's very, very nice.
It's nice and smooth. Let's see if I can. There we go.
Oh, that's great.
And you know, even I'm thinking like a lemon lime, like a Gatorade or something.
Yes.
That's already in the flavor profile of something else that would be normally something you could consume. You could throw in there to if you wanted to zip it up a little bit more. But yeah, we are pretty proud of this reformulation because it not only is it a little more versatile being a powder, but you can do more things with it to make it the flavor you want, the volume you want, the smoothness on the tongue that you want. So we're always interested in feedback. So if you all try it and can just let us know what you think, or even if you want us to improve it a little bit more, let us know. We're open to ideas. So,
Were the evaluations sent in with everybody's packs?
Yeah, that would be great.
With the feedback, if you guys could send those back, it would be fantastic so that they can move on with it and know what they need to either work on or if it's a great product.
we want something that is what you need. So whether it's the clinical profile of it, the nutrition, the packaging, the mixability of it, the mouthfeel, whatever it is you need to make your diet nutrition management successful is what we want to provide. So let us know. We want to help.
And your decor goes really well
Yep.
with this recipe.
Amy shared, Amy's been part of our Back to Care program, and it's been really exciting getting to work with her. And this is one of the formulas she just shared in the chat here that this formula has helped her become compliant, and her levels have dropped dramatically because of it. So
I'm so happy to hear that. Amy and I met recently. Hi, Amy. I did my part for the Medical Nutrition Equity Act.
Thank you. I love this stuff. Lemonade, I can actually get them down for a change. I mean, it's a little bit, it's still kind of hard to get them down, but this makes it so much easier. Because whether I'm doing, just making my own lemonade or mixing it with any other fruit-based juice, I can pick the flavor profile. So
I think that's what's great about it is that it does lend itself because so many formulas that exist, they are so potent in flavor. Not necessarily bad, but they're such a strong flavor profile. It's hard to mix it with things because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Where this, I think it's subtle enough, but it's good enough on its own. But it also makes it feel like lemon and lime. It makes it easy to mix with other things. Like you could mix it with more lemonade, or you could even mix it with orange juice. There's so many things that you could do with it. I've tried it. I mix it with water because it was what was convenient, and that works really well. I always add ice though, because everything tastes better cold.
I've even mixed it with, 12 to 16 ounces of water, which I know sometimes you don't want to have that volume, right? But honestly, in the summer when you're hot and you need to drink more fluids anyway, it's almost just like a flavored water at that point because it's the flavor is so mild when you dilute it out like that. So the big